Marshall, you of course came back into the team. New look midfield, not the usual combination that you're used to playing in. Your thoughts around that? Do you feel that we missed some of our more senior players, more experienced players? And what did you make of the boys' effort out there this afternoon?
Yeah, obviously, we are missing also Andy and Mave. I think if you check when we're playing the AFCON qualifiers, we had a strong squad. We did well, obviously, considering the circumstances that were surrounding us. So I think generally we had a game plan, and I think we really pushed, and obviously they scored an incredible goal. And I just think it's an aspect of improving each and every day. We just lacking some finishing in front, and I think we created a lot of chances overly. I think if you see the second half, we tried to push for a win, and I think now our target is to prepare ourselves for AFCON, because obviously we won't be able to qualify for the World Cup, and hopefully most of the guys will be having game times at their teams, because I think this is something that was affecting us, because if we check even the first game against Benin, a lot of the guys were lacking match fitness. Even in the second one with the travelling also was a bit complicated. So I think in all aspects we can be proud of how we are moving forward. Obviously losing is not something that we would want when we go to do when we go on the pitch. But I think from here we can just take it one step at a time, preparing for AFCON.
Excellent. We'll open it up for questions, guys. One question at a time. You know the drill. Please introduce yourself, full name, your organization, and then you ask your question.
Okay. Coach, I'm Larry Trizera from ZBC. And you said you're happy with the performance and not with the result. And what do you think is going to take to measure the performance and the results, especially in terms of in front of home?
I think as players it's important to have that home advantage. You know, most of us were born and raised in Zimbabwe, so I think there's that feeling of playing at home, playing at the national sports. I think we were struggling a lot when we play away, because you don't really have the home atmosphere. Obviously today we had quite a huge turnout, but I don't think it's the same when the national sports is packed. So I think we are trying our best also to not focus on that, because I think we had expectations that in September we might be playing our games there, but obviously things were not working out on the sides of the preparation. But I think for us, our main focus now is just to prepare for AFCON, because for the World Cup qualifiers, even if we play at home, I don't think it will make much of a difference now.
First of all, I want to congratulate the other side. It was my former team, 2006, 2007, I coached them. And they were fighting very hard. They got the goal to decide the game. I want to congratulate them. The assistant coach was also my assistant coach at the time, so it was nice to see them again. But of course, we wanted to win against them. We are also disappointed, of course, because we wanted to turn this, how can I say, this a little bit result crisis into turn it around. And also the fans, because we had, I'm not sure how many, but they always make a noise for 3 times as much as they hear, and we wanted really to give them a win. And if we didn't get it, with the result we are not happy. With the performance, with the effort, I can be happy. We must just in our game maybe must find a way to put the ball in the net, or more often in the net. And that is definitely was lacking today. We had chances. We were dominating. I think the second half was one-way football, and they pack the box around the box with so many men that the space gets tighter and tighter. Yet we still created, I think, how many corners? I'm not sure, but I would guess so 15 free kicks. Then also chances, clear-cut chances, the one other. Then the other time the goalkeeper makes a fantastic save. Sometimes in life things is against you, and you must just continue. It will change sooner or later. No? With the effort, we can be happy. With the performance, I think also everybody gave his best. With the result, not, for sure. And therefore, we are disappointed. Look, we had today again 2 young players. Also must congratulate them for the first time in the national team. We want to give players a chance. But we could also see that it's still a long way. National team level is a little bit higher than some expect. And we definitely need now to maybe reduce a little bit the group and work and stop really to please everybody for to give game time or testing. I think there's 4 games or 5 maybe until the AFCON. We have no next game. South Africa, strong team. We must meet them again in the AFCON. The teams we are facing there are not teams which are so parking the bus. No? Definitely the opponent we are facing, Egypt, South Africa, Angola, will definitely play a little bit more open than these teams we're facing now. We must continue to work. Not, how can I say, accept that. You have to work on it. We dominated, that's a good sign. We can really dominate the game completely like in the second half, but of course the finishing, the last touch, we have to improve. When you remember when I came here, there was 2 players I recalled. It was Washington Narubi and Kama Billiard. And there's a lot of noise around Kama. But I think everybody who understands you need players, especially when the space gets tighter and tighter, who can make a difference in such situations. And we hope that everybody, not only him. Yesterday, for example, Brandon Galloway dropped out last minute. He has so bad luck with injuries. So what must he do? Continue to work. No? Sometimes you must break this vicious circle that things go against you, and force luck, and then it will come back to you. No? At the moment, luck is not on our side, that I can say. No? I can only appeal on anybody, not because of me. No? The coach will always be attacked and so. But I can only appeal on everybody to really stick together to get a positive mode going. Maybe we need to be a little bit more humble. It's maybe also something which we have to accept and learn. But stick together, we need to. Otherwise, it's not possible. The opponents are too strong. We need that positive energy. We need to have we wanted to break that, to get positive with the result, to get that positive mood and getting something like how can I say, a relation, a positive relation, like a restart, but something, I don't know, definitely we have too much noise. There's no doubt about that. And in football, it's an ecosystem, yeah? Of course, the fans have a right. They can be disappointed, they can be happy, they can be critical, they can be even very critical, but we have to stop that on various platforms, this I don't know, the Marvelous Nakamba, how he was attacked in the first game. You know that Marvelous Nakamba has this, he ran 11.4 kilometers in the first game. I think he had only 2 ball losses in central midfield. And he performed good. What he can, he's not a Marshall Munetsi, he's a totally different type. He is not a box-to-box player, couldn't run up and down. He doesn't have that engine. No? And Knowledge Musona, I think you could see by yourself that, of course, his strongest is there, but we needed today someone in midfield in the second half. There was no other option. And he was running 11.5 kilometers in the first game. That's a good value for a central midfielder, plus some high intensity intervals. He's maybe one of the fittest players in the squad with 35. And it's I can only appeal on everybody, no? To maybe to be a little bit more humble, to get in a positive energy together, that we can play an AFCON with a very good spirit and good mood, and do everything to try to get into the second round. That's our real objective. We don't want to be in New Year's Eve in the plane back home. We want to be in Marrakesh, I think you too. We want to be in New Year's Eve there, because then the second round starts in the new year. And I don't know, maybe, what was that drama shows, Gringo and what was it? Ocean. I don't know these dramas, but I think you like dramas in Zimbabwe. What was it? Oh, what the other one? 1, 2, 3, or what was it? Studio. I think you like dramas, but I don't like so much dramas. Honestly, I never watch them, and I want also a little bit peace. Sometimes a nice win would also be with calmness, so 2, 3 goals difference also would calm me a little bit. But somehow it looks like we want. Yeah, when things go well, then it's not good. We must really get in a good mood and be a little bit more humble, work together, but you have a right to criticize. For example, I give you one which I really think you were maybe right. In hindsight, it's always easier, but for example, maybe the substitutions in Benin could have been really 10, 15 minutes earlier. But then you want to keep the player on, which everybody wants, and then you think, no, maybe he can do that. But that's a criticism where I really must say, okay, no, maybe that's a valid point. I have the feeling, the passion from Zimbabwe is almost too much for football, almost for team. Everybody wants to be in the setup of the national team for Morocco. I have a feeling everybody wants to jump on board. We can maybe create here and there space in our organization structure, but there's a limit. And people almost get worried, are they there in Morocco or not? You have the feeling that not everybody is anymore so free, because when they make one mistake, maybe someone is brought in. And I think that's also one reason I sense that in our setup. We cannot go with with 10 team managers or team administrators to Morocco, and so people worked for that. We were last year relatively small team, I think, and we managed to go there. And I have a feeling that maybe some people are really worried that they maybe lose that opportunity where they were working for very hard, and that maybe is also the last 5 or 6 or 10% which are missing in our whole working environment. Well, I'm really worried about, you said one name, Andy Rinomhota. Hey, I don't know what's very good season last year, very good player for us. And at the moment, I hope he can sort out his situation with the clubs, because he was a very important player for us. Also Kama, but it's not only 11 players. I think we really increased the depth in the squad. If everybody is fit, it's we have a good. Then in some positions we have even over. Too many players. It will be then very easy. We have in 1 or 2 positions maybe still not yet the depth. But if everybody is healthy and fit, then I'm quite confident that we have a real strong team. But it was maybe this time again too much. But on the other side, we were out of the World Cup. If I don't bring today Prosper and Tando, when will I bring them? Then I don't need to invite them. It's clear, no? So, but it's a process, no? But the closer it comes now, we hope that everybody gets sharp and that we can really be in top shape. But we must be in December in top shape, yeah? Nevertheless, we cannot afford to perform not good, yeah? Even if the result is not good, we need to bring good performance. That's the minimum which is requested. But I'm still confident. I believe in the players, really. They have showed character. I know Marshall. It will motivate us even more, I think, the defeat from today.